I visited Naval Air Station Patuxent River in Maryland, where research, development, test, and evaluation is done for naval aircraft. And it is the heart of where the Navy is trying to solve these problems.
This is a breathing regulator, which would control the flow of oxygen up through the hose to the mask. So every time you take a breath, this regulator would allow the oxygen to flow to the mask.
At this altitude systems laboratory, experts like Dennis Gorge are working with the Navy to address what are known as physiological episodes, which are when pilots become impaired while flying, sometimes because they're breathing bad air. The issue has been jeopardizing flights in the T-45 trainer and the F-18 Hornet at an increasing rate. When a jet has an oxygen problem, the Navy pulls the equipment out of the jet and brings it here to Patuxent River. For example, this component is an oxygen concentrator from a T-45.
Each component of the system is evaluated for its own performance. This lab will put all those components together to look to see how it did as a system.
In fact, they can replicate the exact flight profile where a problem was reported to determine what went wrong with the systems.
So this chamber is the simulated cockpit, and so this chamber would be the pressurized portion of the aircraft. This chamber, as you can see, has got two breathing simulators, mechanical breathing simulators.
We've collected a tremendous amount of data. Now we're getting into the analysis, and that's starting to inform some of the things that we think we need to address.
Navy Admiral Select Sarah Joyner was handpicked by the top brass to address physiological episodes. She's been on the job since late August and says that they have been making modifications, like adding a new carbon monoxide removal tool, and T-45s have a new warning system for pilots. What was your feeling when you were asked to take over this? You know, being somebody who's been out there flying jets and being in the midst of combat operations.
I think when I looked at it is the trust and confidence given to me to do this mission. This is probably the most important thing that's going on in naval aviation. I couldn't feel anything other than a heavy responsibility combined with, just really wanting to lean into the problem and get to work.
And Admiral Select Joyner says the Navy is doing exactly that. T-45s that have been modified are flying again, although we've learned pilots have reported 6 more incidents. F-18s have never stopped flying despite these issues, yet we're told it will take more time to isolate and fix the problems that they're having because of more complex systems. In New York, Leah Gabriel, Fox News.